So I've been on YouTube since September of 2014, and during that time I've made over 500 videos for my channel and another channel and collaborations and things like that. I've turned YouTube into a full-time thing. Like, this is what I do, and everything that I do, everything else that I do revolves around what it is that I do on my YouTube channel. I've met and gotten to know personally tons of amazing content creators of all different channel sizes, and even my brother, who, to be honest, I was concerned about him even seeing my videos in the first place, now has a YouTube channel, now works with me all the time on what it is that I do here on YouTube. But all of that only became possible because of one video. When I first started out on YouTube, the very first video that I uploaded, I almost didn't even upload it to the platform. What we're going to do today is I'm actually going to react to my very first video that I ever put up on YouTube. And I'm going to talk about some of the things that I was talking about in this video and why I said certain things and some of the things that I did incorrectly or things that I was self-conscious about when making this particular video. And the reason I'm doing this is because if you are a content creator that's been putting out videos for a long time, you're just going to probably get a kick out of this. But if you are somebody that is looking at YouTube and you're like, hey, I want to do this, but I just don't know if I can, or what if somebody thinks something bad or whatever it happens to be, I just want to show you this particular video and basically show you the progression that has taken place and just let you know that all kinds of amazing things are possible if you can just push yourself to get over whatever barrier it happens to be to do YouTube or any other massive change in your life. So I'm going to react to that first video, and we're starting right now. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna help you break through your camera shyness once and for all so that you can be comfortable putting yourself in videos starting right now. So as you can see there, that starting right now thing, like, that's just been a thing since the beginning. And I'll be honest, that was not planned. It just ended up like coming together, and it sounded good when I was writing the script, and I was thinking to myself, like, how am I gonna work this stuff out? It just sounded good. So I was like, yeah, this sounds good. Let's go ahead and run with that. And then it actually turned into a thing later. And then in addition to it turning into a thing, it actually evolved into like a core belief within myself and something that I try to inspire other people to do. So it's just crazy how that ended up coming full circle, but just wanted to mention that. Showing yourself in online videos can be extremely intimidating because, well, you're putting yourself on the internet. And so right there, just as an example, I'm like, because, well, you're putting yourself on the internet, right? And that was scripted, right? This is 1000% a scripted piece of content. Like, literally everything that I say in this video is written down, and I might even mention it in here, but everything that I say is written down. And I literally would just look off screen, and I would look at my computer and see, the little phrase that I had to say, and then I would come back, look at the camera, and then say it. Even the little pauses and things like that. It's bizarre. On the internet, for every handful of cool people that you connect with, there's gonna be somebody else that's gonna give you a hard time. That part is inevitable. For everything else, here are some things to keep in mind. Everywhere we look, we see other people. Friends, not bad
family,
on the video editing side, right?
Videos on the internet, everywhere. To everybody else, you are just one of those people, a character in the background of their lives. No one is trying to decide if you look like an idiot or not. We do that part to ourselves.
Now that's true. But one thing I also want to bring to your attention in this is, basically in this video, I'm saying like, oh, well, you don't want to worry about what people think. But the funny thing is during this video, if you look at my face, I have foundation, I have concealer. Because the saturation thing, my lips are more red than I would, like to prefer. But, I've got concealer on my face, I've got foundation, and basically I'm just trying to hide the humanness of myself. And I thought, hey, news people do this, so maybe I should do this too if I'm making YouTube videos, just because I didn't know at the time. And I know some people still do that, and that's fine, it's a personal choice. But to me, I was doing it because I was like, oh, I want people to think the best of me possible. Wearing a collared shirt for that particular video, same exact thing. I was thinking to myself like, hey, I should wear something a little bit respectable for this. In reality, I'm like a t-shirt type of guy or a hoodie type of guy, but I'll occasionally wear, button-ups and things like that. But for the most part, I don't wear stuff like what you see in the video right now.
Be willing to bet that most people who are going to be watching your videos aren't even going to be thinking about you.
True.
Because they're watching your content to be entertained or educated, not to judge you as a person.
No.
Even if they did, you wouldn't know it unless they left a comment, and you can delete comments. If you're uncomfortable hearing or seeing yourself on video, trust me, you're going to get used to it. After you edit a handful of videos starring yourself, you're going to be so used to hearing and seeing yourself on video.
Now here's the thing, this is legit. right? So basically before I made this video, I actually made a handful of other videos, and I put those videos together as well because I was like, you know, let's just make some videos and get some in the can and all that stuff. I actually had, when this video was published, I actually had 10 videos ready to go into the future, but I actually got into a motorbike accident and broke the hard drive. And when the hard drive broke, unfortunately, I lost all 10 of those videos and had to basically start at scratch again, which kind of sucked. But this came from just editing videos, getting ready for doing the channel.
That you're gonna forget that you're editing videos of yourself. You can also use B-roll or other elements to take yourself out of the video.
Not bad on the editing side,
in case
though,
you make faces
looking
like
back.
this. Or if you do something else that you're unhappy with. If you're worried about sounding like an idiot because of the things that you're saying, all you have to do is write a script, and then you're gonna sound like a genius. With a script, you can revise it until you're happy with it. And remember, you can do this as many times as you like until you get it right. Writing a script for a video is not difficult at all, but if you don't know where to start, I've put together a template for you that you can get down in the description.
Okay, so here's the thing with that, is when I first started my YouTube channel, like originally I was just trying to get email addresses because I heard that, you know, YouTube is a great way to get email addresses. Like I didn't see the bigger picture. And because of that, you know, you see in this very first video, I had an opt-in, like, hey, I'm trying to get something to people so that they can opt into my email, and then I can start sending emails to them on a regular basis, helping them with YouTube or video or just general marketing stuff. Like I hadn't even fully figured that part of it out yet.
Somebody that you know seeing your videos and thinking that you're an idiot, well, the reality is they're gonna see the videos and you might be an idiot. But if you've watched this.
See, and here's the thing, right? Like with that, like I'm sitting there and I'm playing around. I'm like, you know, well, maybe you are an idiot, right? Just joking around. But the funny thing with that wasn't funny is that I was trying to be funny and it wasn't. And I think that was in part because of the scripting, right? It wasn't something that I just came out with and I'm like, hey, blah, 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 and communicated it in the way that I normally communicate. It was more of this is going to be something that people might find funny, so I got to work this joke in here and try to make it sound funny. And I just sucked, right? I just couldn't do it. And you can also hear in this particular video that we're watching, you can also hear in terms of my voice and just how flat my voice is through this. And the reason for that is because while I was going through this, I'm sitting there in my head and I'm trying to communicate what it is that I'm remembered from just reading instead of just communicating how I communicate. And plus I didn't have the practice. I mean, you know, this is my first video that I put up here. Technically it's in the top 10 of the first videos I've made, but it was, you know, the first one that I actually published to the channel, and I just wasn't good yet. I wasn't comfortable yet. And I think that that's where a lot of communicating how you communicate comes in, is that initial part of like, hey, you know, I'm just trying to figure out how to do all this stuff. And then once you do that, then you slide into a place to where you're a little bit more comfortable.
This much of a video about how to get over your camera shyness, I'm gonna guess that you really wanna make videos. You just have to decide if what you wanna do with your time and your business is more important than the opinions that those people that you're worried about seeing the video might have. When it's all said and done, the worst thing that's gonna happen is a few people that are close to you are gonna give you a hard time, and that's only gonna be for a short period of time. Then, before you know it, making videos is just gonna be something that you do, and nobody's gonna care anymore. Not even you, because everybody's gonna be used to it. If making videos is something—
Okay, now that was something that I just thought through, right? And I was thinking like, okay, well, basically this process, you know, if I'm afraid of uploading videos to YouTube, you know, like when I first start uploading videos, sure, if people find out about it, sure, they're gonna give me a hard time, it's gonna suck, and I really don't want that. But as a worst case scenario, as long as I do all the things right and I go through the process of learning how to actually do this stuff and I start doing it in a way that starts getting results, then there's a really good chance that eventually nobody's gonna care, because that, you know, I'll be the video guy. I'll be the person that makes videos instead of, you know, oh, hey, good luck with your YouTube channel, right? Because that's how it starts. It starts with, oh yeah, you have a YouTube channel, great, until you start doing well. And then it's like, oh, that's awesome that you have a YouTube channel. So with that was also legit in terms of when you are first starting out on YouTube, you have that, what if people don't like this? But eventually, once you just keep doing it, you just become that person that has a YouTube channel around what it is that you do.
Thing that you really want to do, the fun that you're going to have sharing yourself and your knowledge with the world is going to far outweigh the worries that you're having now.
Yes.
Here's what I want you to do, a little personal challenge for you. As soon as this video is over, I want you to set up your phone or set up your video camera and make a video about something. It doesn't matter what the video is about. If you want to make skit videos, then practice your jokes on camera or go ahead and make a skit video.
That's funny that I say practice your jokes on camera when I was horrible at making jokes on camera.
Want to make a vlog, grab your camera and make your first vlog. If you want to make videos like this, then turn on your camera and start practicing. Remember, it doesn't have to go online right now, and it doesn't even matter if it's good or not. What's important is that you get in front of the camera and you start practicing so that you're comfortable being on video. If you're at work or somewhere that it's truly impossible to start making a video, then you can practice writing scripts. If you don't know where to start on that, you can download my template in the description. The reason for doing this is...
So another thing that I want to bring to your attention too here is in terms of the editing. So if you notice in terms of my pacing when I am communicating here, and again, this comes down to the scripting and trying to communicate things that way, you'll notice like tons of space in between how I'm saying things, and it's not like strategically placed. It just wasn't taken out in the edit.
To get your ideas flowing. And if you really want to make videos, as cliche as it sounds, there's no better time to start than right now.
Boom.
As a matter of fact, if you don't start putting stuff together for your video,
if only I knew at that time how powerful that is and how powerful that, you know, start right now thing would become and how awesome that would be and like on brand and all that good stuff. If only I knew that at the time, imagine how different I would have done this video and how differently I would have presented in this video if I would have came into it with the confidence of knowing that. Right? Which of course, you know, there's no way to know that, but you know, one thing that you'll hear me say in some videos is it's important to own the position that you're in and try to think things through and all of that. And you know, part of that is from looking at these old videos. When I was making this video, I knew that I was gonna turn this into something. I just didn't know what yet. I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna try to make it work. Within that, I didn't know how far it would actually go.
Now, there's a really good chance that you're not ever gonna make any. So now is the time. Get out your phone or video camera and create a video that you've been wanting to make.
Yeah, not bad on the edit though.
Don't wait one more second. Pause this video and do it right now.
So think about that. Okay, so basically in terms of audience retention, I just said pause this video and do it right now, right? Which nowadays I would never say something like that just for the risk involved in terms of people just being like, okay, well, I'm out of here. And then they, you know, end up just killing their retention on that video. Granted, it's later in the video and it wasn't a huge detriment to the audience retention, but that's something that I would never, ever do now because I understand now how important it is to keep people watching videos. And then I literally
if you just made your first video,
there
congratulations. Now you should repeat that process.
Another thing that's funny is that I actually expected, and in my brain, I thought, and there might have been, you know, I don't know, but in my brain, I thought, okay, I'm gonna pause this here and then tell people to go make a video and then come back to it. So I was trying to be motivational in a way and trying to encourage people to go and start whatever it was that they were gonna do in their video content, but I did it in an inappropriate way.
Every single day until you're comfortable enough to put your videos online. Now I have something special for you. If you put your first video up on YouTube, I'm gonna give you my YouTube graphics kit for free.
Which, by the way, is not available anymore, but that was my first thing for internet marketing. It was called a YouTube graphics toolkit, and with this thing, it was basically like a thumbnail builder and a channel art builder. It was just tons and tons and tons of templates that were customizable, and you could go in and you could make your own stuff out of it. It was really cool. Did well, you know, for the very first product.
I normally sell these kits for 20 bucks each online, but I want to reward you for having the courage to get over your camera shyness and put your videos online. All you have to do is post a link to your video down in the comments. As soon as I see it, I'm gonna contact you here on YouTube and send you a link to download your kit. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below.
I've got like a 35-second end screen on this, but this is old school YouTube, right? This is old school YouTube where, you know, you could actually draw a box around this, an annotation box, and this would become linkable. You would do it around the subscribe button. You would do it around the actual video itself.
And if you have any questions about making your first video, feel free to leave them down in the comments. See you next time. And one more thing, remember my script template is down in the description if you need it.
So all the way around, you can see the huge difference that's taken place. If you're a regular subscriber, if this isn't your first time watching my content, you can see the huge difference that's taken place since that time. Now, some people are gonna watch that and they're gonna be like, wow, I actually liked your presentation style better then. But the thing is with that is that's not me. Right? That's not the authentic version of myself. That's not just how I communicate in general. So because of that, you know, it's a big disconnect from who I actually am. And I wasn't being myself. Now, the funny thing is when I actually went off of script and I started making videos using bullet points only to where that allowed me to communicate in the way that I communicate anyway, then what happened is people started responding more. And Brian G. Johnson, I'll put a link to his channel at the top of the screen right now. When I published that first one, Brian G. Johnson hit me up and he was like, dude, whatever you just did in this video, like you're onto something. And he noticed and identified right away that style of presenting was a better fit for me. You know, of course I realized it too after I did it a few times, but you know, it's one of those things to where unless you experiment, hey, I'm doing scripts now, maybe I should try bullet points, or hey, I'm doing bullet points, maybe I should try scripts. Like unless you experiment with different things on your channel and how you're making your content, you'll never know. To learn about YouTube, how to grow your channel, make videos, and all types of other YouTube related stuff, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss any videos. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.